Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your brother Yahawah. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, Yahawah. Peace, salutations to all for elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. When you're teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, Shalom. Today I want to get into the parable of the sower. So let's get this right here. So Luke chapter 8, start at verse 4. And when much people were gathered together, and they came to him out of every city, he spoke by a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed. As he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock. As soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it, and it choked it. And others fell on good ground, and sprang up and bare fruit an hundredfold. And when he said these things, he cried, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Because we see right here, speaking of this parable, Yahawah is going to break it down. Verse 10, so like your verse 9. And his disciples asked him, saying, What might this parable be? And he said, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of God, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. Because we see right here that it's all about, for he that have ears, let him hear, because we know that only the elect are going to be able to understand the mysteries of the kingdom. A kingdom is a rulership. A rulership is for a specific type of people to know. It's only for Israel, for the 12 tribes, of course. And that's why when we look out for the 12 tribes, it's all out of faith. We look on the inward, not the outward appearance. As we grow in the ministry, we understand more and more the mysteries of the kingdom, which is only given to the hopeful elect. Yahawah, Ratazah, we have that number. To everyone else, they're just lost. And, it's just a mystery to them. The Bible is just a joke to them. So come and continue on. Verse 11, now this is the parable. Now the parable is this. The seed is the word of God. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil, and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. So we know that's talking about Satan. He comes and takes this word away when the people come and hear the word. When you preach it to them, whether you're telling somebody at work or you're on the highways and byways, for whoever's lot that is. We see that the seed is being the word. We're the ones pushing out the word, for ones like a prophet or someone in another lot, like telling someone at their job or something like I was getting into. The spirit is on the prophets, constantly to cast out this seed. And that's why we're out there week in and week out, set for the defense of the gospel. It falls on whatsoever ground. We're hoping that whoever it falls on Yahawah Ratazah, because we don't have no control of what ground it falls on. That's why Yahawah said, for you that have ears, let them hear. I want to get this one as well. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 12. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, Yahawah had made even both of them. You see, Yahawah, he made both of them, the hearing ear and the seeing eye. So only Yahawah is going to be able to wake you up and to walk in this walk of the light and the truth. Yahawah, he's the way, truth, and the life. And he's the light as well. We want to be in the light of Yahawah, have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And then this is showing you that, for he that have ears, let him hear, because only man's goings is the way Yahawah. He stealeth their instruction while they're sleeping, as the scriptures say. So this is all Yahawah, who could add to the church daily, as the scriptures say. That's why we're just, planting that seed. It's on us to cast the seed out and try to fish out the elect, as fishers of men. It's our lot, because there are other lots within the body. So it's our duty, to teach this word, in season and out of season, rebuke, reproof, and exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Whether they hear or forbear, we get the blood off our hands. This is verse 12. Those by the wayside are they that hear the word, then the devil, it's like you then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. That's our people, like I was getting into, they hear the word, but they're still blinded, because Satan, he take the word away from them. He blinded them by the God of this world, Satan. They're still in that darkness, and it was all predestination. Yahawah, like I was saying, is only going to add you into this truth or not. Christianity, they push that philosophy, the feminist, do as thou wilt, that the American dream, so on and so forth. All of these bugged out doctrines that they push on the masses, these doctrines of death, ultimately, because our people, they take a covenant with death, as the scriptures say. And this is all presented to them by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man who's after the workings of Satan. This black culture is what they push. It's all engulfed into it. And, if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost. What we can do, to make our people get it is, it's just all we could do is just cast the seed out, like I'm saying, because ultimately at the end of the day, Yahawah is going to be the one to open them up to see who it's meant for. So verse 12, those that are by the wayside, they hear, then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. This is those that fell by the wayside, them that hear this word, and the seed doesn't even want to take root, it just falls off to the wayside. The root of wisdom is to fear Yahawah, and the branches are long life, roughly paraphrasing. So they never feared Yahawah to take root and to receive this wisdom, that root of wisdom, because they're indoctrinated of the doctrines of this world. Verse 13, they on the rock are they which when they hear and receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. You receive the word, and those have a zeal, but not according to knowledge, because they're not rooted. They don't have no fear, Yahawah, to get the root, like I was getting into, and then they're not rooted, having no foundation as well, so you got to that's what happens to them, they get casted down because they don't have that foundation. That's why we're not over here playing games, because games will keep people around who are not rooted. And we see these other camps, they do it for fun, like the Passover at a strip club, the Sakari, that's receiving this word with joy, but having no root. They really don't understand what they believe in. They don't have true faith. That's why you pray for your faith to be increased, and to receive discernment to know between good or evil. They don't have that. They don't have true faith. So I'm gonna continue on. Read it again. They are on the rock, they which when they hear receive the word with joy, and these have no root, for which and which for a while believe, and in the time of temptation fall away. So we see they revert and fall away, because it's that going into that root, like I was saying. And in the time of temptation, they couldn't handle the burdens of Yahawah. We have to put on the elect in these last days and bear our cross and carry it, as the scriptures say. Paul, he said, I die daily, so we got to die daily, and take up our cross daily. With much tribulation we shall enter into the kingdom, as the scriptures say. So we got to go through trials and temptations. Sirach chapter 2 goes into it as well. Prepare thy soul for temptation. So we got to go through this. There's no excuses. You got to endure. As he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So verse 14. And that which fell among thorns are they which they have heard go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. This we see our people receive this word, but the ways of Babylon, and they fall away because they're in love with the ways of Babylon the Great, which is known as America. And this causes this word, for them to get choked out of the word. A lot of things that you have to sacrifice, in this ministry, because we got, like scripture say, put your bodies up as a living sacrifice, roughly paraphrasing. So you have to sacrifice a lot of things of this world as you put on that new man. And a lot of people can't do it. Yahawah said, my yoke is easy, my burden's light. Take on me. He roughly paraphrasing. It's a light burden, but people don't want to take it. Because they're too busy, used to the things of this world, riches of this life and pleasures of this life, because they got that greediness, as the scriptures go into that. You can't have a covetous eye. You can't have cares of this world. At the end of the day, we have to do our part, and you have to love to do our part. The temptations, we just have to bear them. And like I was getting into, because we can't engulf ourselves in this world. That there's a limit. We're restricted. People fall to these things of this world, because they're not using restrictions at the end of the day, and they get choked out of the word because due to ambition and personal circumstances, so on and so forth, they fall to the world. And that's why we endured hardness as a soldier, and fight through these trials as a soldier, because you got to, have faith in this word and believing in this word. You miss out on money opportunities because we have a lot of opportunities in this truth that we could take up on, but because we have to stay loyal to the ministry, we let it go. We don't take it. And that's all as part of the trials too as well. You could lose family members once you're in this truth as well. You just can't be entangled in this life. You got to be available, when the Spirit calls. So upon as for certain things like fellowship, teaching, reading, studying, researching, so on and so forth, we got to be available for those things, as believers, and because we have to use our time wisely, as the scriptures say, that's that leisure time. That's how you become wise, and how you spend your time is that's how it's gonna be able to increase you. So also as well, praying and fasting, you got to be available for those things, like a soldier. He's on call 24/7. He's available. So you have to be, available to be pleasing to Yahawah. So you don't like get choked out of this word, because if you get choked out, you're gonna fall out. You become a portion of the unbelievers, and that's what you don't want to be. People fall out. It's all a process. When they fall out, they get entangled into this world, and then they fall out. And there's always examination that needs to be done. You got to examine yourself, unless you be a reprobate, examining yourself in the faith, roughly paraphrasing like Paul said. So let's get this one. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 10. For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. And we see right here, what Paul is explaining right here, that Demas, he left off the ministry because he loved this world. Like Jake, how they get caught up in instant gratification of this world, feeding off the flesh, which we're not supposed to do. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, like how Yahawah said. So we got to stay in the spirit in these last days, as we move closer and closer to Yahawah's return. So this is Yahawah speaking right here. This is Luke 21, verse 34. And take heed to yourselves. Yeah, we have to take heed to ourselves, because this is a constant examination for ourselves, to see if we're in the faith, like I was getting into. And you got to be honest when you're examining yourselves to see if you're really making the true and right decision to stay on the straight and narrow. Let's continue on. So take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overchanged with surfeiting, drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that the day come upon you unawares. And Yahawah's letting you know right there, you can't have the cares of this life. So you got to constantly endure, and you got to be circumspect and be wise, because prophecy is taking place, and we can't not be aware of what's going on in these last days. In Yahawah Ratazah, we have that good ground, man. So let's continue on. Luke chapter 8, verse 14. And that which fell among the thorns are they which, when they have heard and go forth and are choked with the cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. Because that's what we want to do. We want to bring fruit to perfection. Verse 15. And be Salakia, but that on the good ground are they which are in an honest and good heart, having heard this word, and keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. I had that good ground, which are honest and a good heart. We want to do this in truth and sincerity, So you have that good ground. You're taking root in what we believe in, and we have the fear of Yahawah Shem Yahushai, and now we're sprouting, because we're growing in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're starting off at the principles and building up, and you ultimately you see the twigs, the branches, and the good fruit. That good fruit starts producing, and that's what we want to be in our life. And this in truth and sincerity, bearing fruit. Each fruit has its own seed to create more fruit. And it's constantly flipping, of this word, and it's flipping of that talent. That's flipping of that talent right there, because you're moving from glory to glory as well. So Khan, Yahawah Ratazah, this is edifying. This is now when Yahushua was in Bethany house, time the leper unto him a woman having an alabaster box, very precious ointment poured on his head, as he said at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment have been sold for much and given to the poor. And when Yahushua understood, he said unto them, watch over the woman, for she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, that shall also this that this woman had done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah Shem Yahushai. Peace, salutations to the hopeful legs scattered about across the four corners of the earth, learning and teaching this gospel with truth and sincerity. Shalom.